Hey everyone, it's Patrick here with Tale of Two Gardens with another day in our community garden. So, today we are finally adding onto the community garden a gate. So, I've been talking with the community garden, some of the other gardeners, on what should be my project list on sequence of events. So, we definitely wanted to extend out our walking paths across the garden, and then we also wanted to fence everything in. But we also need to mulch everything in, so it would be far easier for me to take a wheelbarrow through the garden, around the garden, and be able to mulch everything in first before I add a fence, so that I'm not having to go through specific gates and having to go and zigzag around. So, however, the gates already came, and I'm still waiting a little bit on time for the mulch to come. So, today, we get a special treat. You get to watch me attempt to put together a gate by myself. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we're back in the community garden. This will be our entrance. It is about a 4-foot opening that we'll be doing for the entrance of the garden. We'll have a second one. If you look all the way down to the right side of the screen, you see a wheelbarrow. That'll be where the second entrance will actually be coming in. So we actually have access to not only getting water into the garden, but we also can leave and use compost. So now I decided to go ahead and move the camera, and what you'll notice is how busy this road is. So community garden, ours is very public. It's very much available to the community around us, and the community drive by and see it all the time. So that's why we actually decided to put the gate, our entrance gate, aimed towards our parking lot, so that there's street access and immediate access into it. So that's why we're deciding to put it on this location here. Now, if you've ever put a garden gate together and had to do it, you probably have done it with maybe a person. And I decided to try this out by myself. Unfortunately, the assembly instructions were not very good at a very particular thing, and that's the door gates are on a hinge, and the hinge is on the hinge points are welded on to the sides of what I'm building right now. Now the problem is you have to have them properly positioned and put on the right side. Otherwise, when you put the gates on, they either won't be synced up, or they'll open outward rather than inward, or you'll have the locking mechanism on the outside or the inside. So you have to decide that way in advance. Unfortunately, they don't actually give you any of that information to be able to do that. So unfortunately, I had to do basically the same step 3 or 4 times to get it exactly the way I wanted it. And fortunately, I have literally a second one of these to build. And now learning from this one, the second one should go vastly faster than this. So what I also learned is the amount of unscrewing and rescrewing and then having to try and position it by myself is going to be a little bit of a bear. But I wanted to do this on my own, and this is my daily challenge, so I figured I would try and give it a whirl and do this on myself. I do know that we do have a third item that we have to build, and I know for full well that there is no way I'm going to be able to build that by myself. So I'll be doing that probably later on this week. With my wife, and she'll help me along with that one probably. So that'll be where we're going with that. Otherwise, of course, you need an entrance, right? You need an entrance into a place that you're gonna be working in, and we wanted to get something that would have not only be somewhat ornate, but also serve that function. So when we're dealing with our garden, it is very open to the public, so we don't want it to look like an eyesore. What it looks like, how it looks, and things like that really matter. So, unfortunately, one of the sad things that happened is I lost power to my camera in the process of filming. So I'll have a video up when we start the second gate. You'll actually see what the end project is there. Basically, that's where it's going to be. Otherwise, that was my garden project for today. And we'll be back again into the home garden tomorrow, where we'll continue weeding. But now, I believe we'll be moving on to the outside beds and moving on to some new sections. So, otherwise, that was my garden project for today. My hands are tired, so I'm going to go let them rest. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day. Stay gardening, and may it always be full of bloom. Thank you.